Good morning, year one. Welcome to our first day of home learning. And we're going to be starting with phonics. So, we're going to start recapping last week's phonics that you all did in class. So I'm going to move through now and we're going to have a look at the graphemes that make the sound. Oi. Oi. So say them yourselves now. Fabulous. And now we're going to be looking at some flashcards of words. I want you to read the words and I'm going to leave it a few seconds and then I'm going to read them back to you. Oi, boy. Oyster. Oil. Tricky one here. Destroy. Coin. Soil. Something I hope you're not doing. Annoy. Quite. Floyd. Tin foil. And now a very special one. Royal. And now our last word. Coin. Now we're going to have a go at reading the sound we're going to be learning this week. Air. Stare. You ever go at the next one? Air. Fairly. Use those sound buttons to help you. Hairless. However, in phase 5, we're looking at the different graphemes that make the same sound. So here we are. Air sounds like air. So E-R-E sounds like air. Air sounds like air. So over to you. Say it to the ceiling. Say it to the floor. Say it to a friend or parent. Say it in a silly voice. Shout. Whisper. And now magic finger. Write it in the air. Air. Just going to pause for a few seconds. I just suggest you pause for a few seconds to practice writing it in the air. And now we're on to some of the words that use this spelling of the sound. So, air, where, you say. Air, there, you say. Air, nowhere. You'll go. And now our first alien of the week. Give him a wave. This is air, fair. And a really long word. I bet you're able to do it though. Where. Everywhere. Next, we're looking at another word, another long word, but this one begins with a tricky word. So somewhere, somewhere. Well done. So now we come to our first practice of these new words with quick copy. So the first word is where. 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 You copy it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The next word, there. There. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The next word, everywhere. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And our next word, nowhere. Nowhere. And then our last word, with that tricky word to start with, somewhere. Show those to you grown up. Make sure you've got them right, but I'm sure you've done fabulously. And now we're going to move on to our segmenting for spelling. So get those robot arms ready. Okay, so the first word I'd like you to spell using those robot arms is where. 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 And it looks like this. Where. Next word. See if you can remember which one it is. There. There. Use those robot arms. There. Word number 3. Try it a long word. You're going to have to use your robot arms a lot for this. You may want to split it in 2. Every. Where. Ever. Where. So that is where. Everywhere. Next word, nowhere. Use those robot arms. Nowhere. Here we go. This is what it looks like. Nowhere. Should be getting good at where by now. And again, the last one, using that tricky word to start off with, somewhere. So somewhere. And this is what this one looks like. Some, tricky word, where. Okay, grown-ups, you need to pause this presentation just for a moment and allow your children to have a go at writing a sentence using one of these words. If you want a real challenge, try to get them to use 2 words in the same sentence or answer a question. And look for that punctuation. If you start with where, you're going to need a question mark. And now it's tricky word time. Today we're going to read them and then you're going to have a go at writing them. And if your parents want, you can have a go at writing a sentence using one of them as well. So, when. That's only tricky because of that weird w sound that we learnt earlier. The next one, what. Remember, when it's a red letter, you need to pronounce it differently. It doesn't sound like the normal one, and in this case, the a sounds like o. So what. Next word, but this time this actually sounds why. So that's a variation on the I sound, the E sound, the I sound. And the last one, air. Not so tricky now we've learnt this new grapheme today. Where. So again, grown-ups, you might want to pause this just for a few moments to allow your child to write a sentence using one of these words. And remember, year 1, these words are question words, so you're going to need to think about how you end your sentence. Right now, because this is the first day of the week, we're going to be looking at a quick copy. So I'm going to write the word, and then you've got 5 seconds to copy it. The first word, when. N. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Second word, what? And remember, that's got a tricky third letter. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Third word, why? I. And the last word, where? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Show your grown-up. Grown-ups check that they've got them right and make any corrections if they haven't. Well done, that's brilliant. And now on to the final challenge of the day, using those sound buttons to try to read this sentence with me. I'm going to let you have a go first, and then we're going to read it together. Now we're going to do it together. When were there the air, is, where? When were there fairies everywhere? And to finish with, we're going to do the word ourselves, the sentence ourselves. Sorry, we're going to do the sentence ourselves fluently. So let's go. When were there fairies everywhere? And you have a go on your own now. Brilliant. You've worked really, really hard, and there'll be another one of these lessons along for you tomorrow morning. Now check out our links for the other lessons that have been provided for today.